Anyways, welcome back to Banter Bits. This episode is brought to you by Kiwi's asshole.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so...
An intro.
Who do you think should... Now that we got the important stuff out of the way, let's talk about stuff that doesn't matter. Who do you think should represent the
Our country?
Democratic Party? No, the Democratic Party. And who do you think should represent the Republican Party in the election?
I freaking rip my hair out every time I think about this because I'm so disappointed in the Democratic Party. It's hard to even call myself like a Democrat even more.
Yeah.
Like now, just because they're so disappointing. And I feel like they're playing a game that... Or I should rephrase that. The Republicans are playing a game that the Democrats don't know how to play. And because they don't know how to play the game, they're never going to win. It's like giving your kid like a controller that's like unplugged.
What game do you think that is?
They know how to manipulate the American public. They know it super well. And, you know, there was a lot of things that come into play with that because I do think Democrats are better informed, and it's not my opinion.
No, it's an objective fact.
Like the best academic minds we have in the United States lean left, majority of them. So it's not me saying that just because I am pissy all around, but like it is a thing, and I think they're harder to manipulate.
Before we move, it's an objective fact that the more
educated
you are, the more degrees you have, the more likelihood you are to lean left. And it actually goes up, from bachelor's degree to master's degree to doctorates to or PhD. Like the more you go up, the more likely you are to lean left, which is very interesting.
Yeah. And you know what's actually very interesting about that I just thought about? I was talking to a coworker, and this is just an example of how well the Republican Party can manipulate and cause propaganda to keep you under their quote-unquote spell. Yeah. Because I have a coworker, super right-leaning. Mm-hmm. I would say super, like more than he's like Nazi, but he's right-leaning.
Yeah.
And he's very anti-higher education. And not only that, he's very... He
anti-learning.
He's anti-learning. He also said that he said it's a scam, and and his kids, I said, well, do any of your kids have degrees? And he said, no, they all do trades because my kids also believe college is a scam. And I was like, okay, well, I understand, it's way overpriced and like it shouldn't be that expensive. But he said no, because they indoctrinate you in colleges. And then I just thought to myself, like, before I even responded to him, I just thought to myself, like, how good is the Republican propaganda that they can instill that in their followers' minds? Because they know the more you learn, the more you're going to go out of your Republican bubble and realize, oh, Republican legislature and Republican like bills like don't make any sense. Like they're hurting the country. And if you have half a brain or a degree or anything, you can think deeper than that and understand. But the Republican Party's so good at like brainwashing. They're like, oh no, if you do that, then like you'll turn gay. Like if you go to like a semester, you'll be trans if you go to a semester of college.
Literally, their propaganda. This isn't even exaggeration. Is like if you have empathy, you will turn trans. That's like what their propaganda is. And because a lot of our countries...
Your penis will fall off and you'll get boobs. Yeah, like, if you care about another human being.
You'll be trans if you care about strangers. That's like... I wish I was exaggerating. That's like literally what people are falling for. And I think that when your brain naturally can't produce critical thinking skills, that like will work. No, I'm being serious. Like that will work. Like... Because that's scary. Yeah. Like I don't want to be trans.
Yeah.
If I'm like Republican, like that's scary. So I'm gonna like not exhibit empathy. Yeah. And like that's like a gross simplification, but like in like ideologically, that's like what they're saying in a very less like in a more politically correct way. They're saying that. I think that my theory is that like now, which I think post 2016, I think people that are MAGA, which I think is very different from Republican, people that are MAGA, and I'm not speaking for Republicans because I think we need Republicans. I think we need Democrats and Republicans. But
I agree.
People that are MAGA, I think they're just the people. It's showing me it's how I underestimated how many people in the country lack critical thinking skills.
Oh, yeah.
And how many people, like, really would fall for 1930s propaganda. It's like, it's, like, really interesting. Because I'm like, oh, wow, we're, like, dumber as a country than I thought we were. Like, I thought we were, like, I never thought we were the most educated, smart country. But I thought we were in the upper echelon. You know, I thought we were. But this is making me think, like, oh, wow, we might be, like, half of us might be stupid.
I think we're, like, lower than 50th in, like, education. I think we're, like, 53rd or something. It's not going good for us.
Not great. Not great, but no, it's
which that's also something crazy because how does United States, we're the richest country in the world, we produce so many new scientific freaking chat my cook.
Innovation?
Yeah, innovation.
Chat my cook.
Like innovations and discoveries and like new theories and like we have some of the greatest minds in the country. But because we have that, I feel like the majority, we have those like minority, just great thinking scientists. But then the majority of the American people are subpar in education. And like how are countries that have a GDP not even half of ours have way better education and way smarter citizens and way more informed citizens. And it's like, how is that possible? And like you have to like, and people don't think about that. They think, you know, we're the best country, we're best in education, we're best in safety, we're best in everything. And it's like that type of nationalist thinking is so dangerous because we will never advance.
That's why I would advise Republicans and Democrats, like, please do the best. I know it's hard with this economy that this administration has caused, but please travel because like you'll see that a lot of our narratives that we have of our country is propaganda. It's not based in reality. It's just absolute nationalist propaganda. Yeah. And I want to go back to the college thing real quick because like a lot of Republicans haven't gone to college. I have gone to college. And ironically, when I started college, I was like right-leaning. I was pretty Republican. I wouldn't say I was ever like a hard Republican, but I leaned right.
You were like moderate.
Yeah, right? I was like, Steven Crowder is my go. Like, I love Ben Shapiro. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Like, you know, I mean, I also was like barely out of teenagehood. So like my brain wasn't very developed. Yeah. Fresh off an LDS mission, like, you know.
Period.
Like, I'm not going to be a Libby fresh off an LDS mission. But anyways, what happens in college, like the quote unquote indoctrination, I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what the indoctrination of college is. It's science, objective history,
and meeting people that are different.
Philosophy, exchange of ideas. And I'll say it again, science. And also science. So that's the indoctrination that the right is talking about is like just science, social sciences, like economic science, like social, like it's so
and history. History objective is so history. Important because what we learn is so whitewashed.
So that's the quote unquote indoctrination is just learning objective things. So when you learn objective things that combat your ideology and you are a literal brain dead monkey, you will see it as indoctrination. You will be like, they're indoctrinating them because the objective sciences are combating your ideology, your propaganda, your way of living, your 1930s way of living. So that's really what it is. That's 100%
and like,
what it is.
Test this theory. Like, literally test this theory. If you are a college-educated person, if you do know, and I'm going to say this, like, harshly, objective facts, because a lot of Republicans think they know objective facts, and it's wrong. But if you do know, you know objective facts, talk to somebody that is MAGA. It will become apparent so fast, where it's like, these people are just regurgitating trigger words.
Yeah.
They cannot back up their ideologies. They don't know where they come from. And they don't really understand what any of it means.
I know a lot of smart Republicans. I don't know one smart MAGA person.
Period.
Like, not one. I think if you fell for MAGA, you, like, are a subpar thinker. That's just the reality. Like, you don't have critical thinking skills. And I don't know. It's, especially now. And I think it's very important we separate Republicans and MAGA people. Because a lot of Republicans, even Republican representatives in government, are not condoning Trump. They're condemning him. Like, a lot of Republicans are.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, whoa, like, what the, like, that's not constitutional.
And, you know, I do want to bring up, like, a mentor of mine. Mm-hmm. I'll keep his name anonymous just in case. But.
Wait, mouth it so I know who it is. Oh, yeah.
Steven
Crowder.
Steven Crowder's my mentor. Super rich guy. Mm-hmm. One of the most, like, influential people in Utah. Mm-hmm. And I've been very fortunate to learn a lot from him. And he's
Me too.
lifelong. Me too, I also know him.
Me too, I know him too. He's on my phone. I have his contact information.
He has been a devout Republican his whole life. Mm-hmm. He's been a bishop more than once. He's high up in the church, everything. We were talking politics, and he told me, this was during the election year for Trump, so last year. Mm-hmm. He said,
oh, it's been that little time?
Yeah. Yeah, and oh my gosh, we can talk about that as well.
Yeah.
But he told me, he's like, you know, a lot of people are surprised, but I'm actually not voting for Trump. Mm-hmm. And that caught me by surprise, because I'm like, what do you mean? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
like, you're a lifelong Republican. And he told me, a smart guy, like I said, like, Republicans
can
be smart.
He's a very brilliant guy. I almost said his name.
Sexist.
Or her name. Their name.
And he said, he was like, you know, mm-hmm. I think Trump is dangerous, and he's like, I don't agree with his legislation or whatever, but he's like, the fundamental reason why I will not be voting for him, and why I'm telling my friends not to vote for him that are also lifelong Republicans, is because the most dangerous thing about Trump is he gets off on dividing the country. And that is what is going to be our downfall. Mm-hmm. Like, if we do survive past Trump, which I'm hopeful that we will.
Yeah.
Like, it will be against Trump's wishes.
It's not looking good.
Yeah.
I hope
it will be against Trump's wishes, because
I'm hoping we have enough checks and balances and everything.
Yeah. He calls the left lunatics. Yeah. He calls them terrorists. He calls them, like, just awful names that a president that should be serving the whole country, all of its people.
Public servant.
The public servant should not be doing. And because he is this divisive, it's dangerous to the country. And even, I almost said his name too, and even a lifelong Republican knows this.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm saying, like,
this isn't.
If you're smart, you become Democrat. Like, no, you can be a smart Republican, but you cannot become a smart MAGA person.
Yeah,
because you have to use 1 ounce.
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah, it is.
It's an oxymoron, because it's based in lunacy, and it's based in hate and, like, delusion. It's not. There's no, like, real. Well, palpable evidence.
Let's think about this, though.
Yeah.
I actually take that back. You can be a smart MAGA person. Like, think about, like, his cabinet members.
I think this is what I think. I think MAGA people are either one of two things. You're either, like, really unintelligent.
Yeah.
You can't think for yourself, or you are very intelligent.
And you're playing the system.
And you're hateful.
Yeah, exactly.
And you are, that's what it is. Evil person. So it's like, some of them,
like, they know what they're doing. They know they want to have a white majority nationalist country. That's what they're playing on.
And I think the higher up MAGAs, that's what they are. They're like, I mean, some of them are also stupid. But some of them are very intelligent. They do have critical thinking skills. They're very, what's the word? Strategic.
They're very strategic, and they know what they're doing.
And they're just evil, satanic, hateful, anti-Christian people.
Exactly.
And let's talk about this too. Let's talk about how being MAGA completely goes against the teachings of Jesus Christ. Like,
I'll do you one better.
Yeah.
In the Bible, it literally says, in the latter days, you will have a group of people that say they are the people of God, and they end up being like the worst people.
That is MAGA.
That's MAGA, and people were like,
Yeah.
or at least in our state where it's a like Mormon-driven state, they're always like, I don't know, it could be Catholics. That could be Catholics, and it's like you've heard that too, right? Where it's like, oh, they could be Catholics. It's like, no,
Doesn't the
it's
Pope hate
MAGA.
Trump?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Both the last two popes have hated Trump.
It's ironic to me.
Hated in Pope way.
Yeah, in Pope way. It's ironic to me that the most Christian nationalist demographic goes objectively against the teachings of Jesus Christ. And when I say teachings of Jesus Christ, I'm talking about the New Testament. Because I've read the New Testament 10 times. I read it a lot. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I would say I'm in the 1 percentile of people that know about the New Testament. Mm-hmm. It literally, almost like to the T, almost intentionally goes against every single teaching of Jesus Christ.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
So that same coworker that I was talking to, I asked him, I was like, if Jesus Christ, because he's very against, he says, quote unquote, illegal immigration. Mm-hmm. He said he loves legal immigration, which I don't think he does. But anyway, they
never do.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why
he
later.
just, I asked him, I was like, what would you do if Jesus came here and he was an undocumented citizen? Like, would you allow him to be on SNAP benefits? Which, first of all, let me get this out of the way. Undocumented immigrants cannot be on SNAP.
You need a social. You need a social security card.
Yes, and you need to have like a valid one. But anyway,
same with health insurance.
I just asked him this hypothetical, and he told me, and I told like he was undocumented, and then he was like, "Well, did he come here legally?" He totally said, "Did he come here legally?"
To Jesus Christ.
And I'm like,
they're all like that, by the way.
I literally like was freaking Jim the Officing, like looking at the camera, and I was like, he is so far removed from the point. And it's like, you're asking if Jesus Christ, your savior,
the person you worship,
came here legally before you could make up an opinion, you had to know that.
Yeah.
It's like, that's arbitrary. That's so arbitrary. And it's like,
no,
that's crazy.
I promise you, God as my witness, right hand on the Bible, a huge number of MAGA people put Trump's policies over Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah.
Because of that, because if Jesus Christ himself, the Messiah, the literal Son of God, came here illegally, you would deport him. Like you might kill him
if he came to your house, said like, "Hey, I'm homeless, I'm poor, I need food." You would tell him to get a job, and then you would shoot him,
and then you'd probably kill him because that's what they're doing to a lot of innocent people. Like, they're humans. I know it's hard to fathom, but they're human beings.
Brown people are humans. Crazy thought.
Crazy idea, huh? But they would, and they're no better than Judas. Like, it's
And I think for any moderate person, we sound crazy.
Yeah.
Because we're so angry.
I don't think so.
Listen, I work with these people. Mm-hmm. And, like, if I were to say, like, crazy idea, brown people are human beings. And they're like, why would you say, like, of course we know that. But it's like, there is a cognitive dissonance when I say that. Because you look in the news, you see 80-year-old immigrants getting pummeled to the ground. Grandmas getting pummeled to the ground. You see, like, newborn babies getting ripped out of mother's arms. You see, like, these crazy things. And
teenagers
it's like,
getting, like, beat to a pulp.
Yes.
Like, literal teenagers that are just going to high school. Yeah.
Citizens.
Yeah, just citizens that are
it's like, oh, well, we didn't know. And it's like, oh, so you know that you racially profiled.
Yeah, well, like, when you get rid of due process, you can't even have, like, a case to see if they're citizens, if they're criminals, if they're anything. Because there is no due process. You're just saying, brown person, beat them.
Yeah. And
like, which is like literal, like, Nazi behavior.
Yeah.
Like, it's
but
quite
it's like,
literally.
it's crazy to say that, because once we say that, people are like, oh, you're using trigger words. Like, you just call everybody Nazis. It's like, read an effing history book, dog.
No, read a book. It's like, it's literally Nazi
How do you
behavior.
think it started? Do you think they, like, went to gas chambers automatically? No. Like, do you think, like, people didn't even know there were gas chambers?
Like, it's
for the longest time.
Yeah, it's naive to think there's not a Mexican girl in somebody's attic, in a Democrat person's white family's attic right now, like, writing a diary, hiding.
It's
like,
it's insane.
That could be a real thing.
Well, no, I know immigrants. I know undocumented immigrants that are fearing for their life because they're like, I cannot return to my country. I will be either killed, I will be like starved, or I will be displaced. And it's
or
like
dropped in the middle of the ocean.
Or I mean that's
They're doing some of that.
And they are fearing for their life. And just seeing this, they feel it like. I just ask, like, have empathy for these people. You would do the exact same thing if you were in their position.
Well, the thing is, like, if it were to affect them, then they would change their ideologies. Because a lot of it is, like, it's not happening to me.
Well, let me say that.
I'll give you an example. The farmers that all voted Trump, all the good old country folk that live off the land, they voted Trump. They don't know why. They don't know why they voted, but because he sustains their Christian ideologies, Christian way of living, they just voted for him because they're not very smart. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. Now that he's ruining our exports and like their means of living, they're all like, "Oh shit! This is not what I wanted. I did not vote for this." So because it's affecting them. Now they have a little bit of like critical thinking because they're like, oh, maybe I made a mistake because it's affecting me.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that's bizarre to me.
It's crazy how your brain, MAGA's brain, and I group them all because you can't be MAGA and have an empathetic brain. Like all their brain is so unempathetic that you can only critical think when it affects you. That's rocks my world. I can't even like fathom.
And that's not even on like my savior shiz. It's just like it. Like I'm not saying like I'm like on my high horse because I care about people.
This isn't savior shiz. This is
that like should be
this is the morality.
Bottom line.
This is like kindergarten level morality. This is like when you're 5, they teach you treat others like you want to be treated. Like this isn't like look how great I am, look how moral I am. This is kindergarten level morality. Yeah. This is just basic human morality. Like I'm not a perfectly moral person.
It boggles my mind. And, you know, I was also thinking when we were talking about racial profiling, like, you see this trend, like, on TikTok, and everybody's like, oh, what radicalized you? And I think, you know, even when I was quote unquote, I thought I was Republican, I was always left-leaning, and I just didn't call myself that. I was just like, no, I'm Republican. But I always had left-leaning agendas. What shocked me is when I was in college at 17, peep that, and
write it down.
Yeah, write that down. When I was in early college and high school, I
was breaking mailboxes at 17.
I was
allegedly.
My first major was political science.
Yeah.
And you can't say that you're brown.
Yeah, you're right. And
allegedly. My first major was political science. And I had this criminology class at 17 that was taught by this ex-Border Patrol agent. Mm-hmm. And he was stationed in Florida, so he had a lot of like Haitians, Jamaicans, and all that stuff that he was, you know, in charge of deporting, whatever. And what was crazy is we just got done learning about, you know, the Constitution and ethics and everything, and how it's, you know, police officers, they tell the public and everybody that you can't racial profile. It's like, you can't racial profile. However, he kind of laughed when we were on that slide, and he says, like, do you guys want to know a little secret? He was like, every Border Patrol agent, every DEA agent, every basically every enforcement agency racially profiles all the time. And he was laughing about this instance where he saw a black man driving in Florida blaring reggae music, and they arrested him on the spot. And he was like, yeah, I didn't. He's like, all the signs were there, so I knew we could get something on him if we arrested him, is what he said. And he said that too, and like our whole class was like, yeah, let me write that down, let me take notes. And I was like looking around and be like, you're, like, that's a crime. Like, you're just admitting to like a crime. And it's like, and now it's like backwards because
I wish I could have had my brain back then and be like, hey, sir, you just admitted to a crime, Mr.
Yeah,
whatever.
I was 17 and I was like, is this guy being for real? Like, is this real?
Yeah.
And now it's so backwards because they're just plain out open with it. They're like, oh yeah, we just arrest people and don't give them due process. Like, that's like normal now. And it's like
off being brown.
Yeah. It's just so bizarre to me.
Well, like, the rebuttal that I know some Republicans are going to have are that that due process in the Constitution only applies to citizens, right? Well, it's happening to citizens, so there you go. Because I was talking to this about somebody that was Republican. They're like, well, you realize the Constitution says due process doesn't affect people that are
and
illegal.
That's true.
I was like, yeah, that's true, but it's happening to citizens. Now what?
Yeah.
Aww. Now what? Rebuttal that.
Oh.
They never have a rebuttal for it.
Like, there was a military man that is Hispanic. He was out of the military. He got detained for 4 days. A military citizen born here. Yeah. He got detained for 4 days and was not allowed to call a lawyer for 4 days or his family for 4 days.
He's gonna sue the shit out of the government.
Yeah, and you know what? They interviewed him, and this Hispanic man was like, I still love my country. I think this is a blip. It's disheartening to see, but I was treated like garbage. And he's like, and it's hard because they did not give me the opportunity to explain that not only am I a veteran, but I'm also a U.S. citizen. And they did not care. They treated me like garbage.
Well,
and if it can happen to him, it can happen to any of you.
People that join those agencies like ICE are people that are looking for
to use violence,
empowerment to use violence against minorities. They're like,
they want to do it legally.
They're itching for a way to lynch and kill people that don't look like them, and this provides a safe place where they can kind of get off on their fantasies and get off on their weird I don't know, desires to hate people. And I think that's all this is creating. That's all this is. That's all it is. So they don't take it off on their wives. And some do.
I'm just being so hateful.
And a lot do hit their wives, unfortunately. I mean, didn't Steven Crowder never mind. I don't want to get sued because it's all alleged. Allegedly, this is a joke, by the way.
And we're not brown. We're white.
Yeah, and we're white.
And we're white.
And we're white and citizens. Swedish. I don't know.
Swedish, actually. German.
Enough communist talk. Enough communist. You know what's my favorite game? Asking Republican people to define the difference between socialism and communism, because they think it's just the same thing.
Yeah. It's I know my favorite thing is when MAGA thinks they can clock a liberal by saying explain what a woman is. It's that define a woman.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
What's funny is you'll make all these points. This has happened to me before. You'll make these claims, right? You'll talk about how Trump is consolidating power. You'll talk about how Trump is trying to run a third term, how he's doing things that are unconstitutional. You're doing these claims, and instead of rebuttaling the points, they say, "Oh yeah, define a woman." Gotcha. You are dumb.
God.
You are dumb. You are you are the scum of humanity.
You are an amoeba.
Yeah.
Literal amoeba.
I was smarter than you before I was born. And I'm dumb. And I'm actually dumb. And I'm below average IQ. And I was smarter than you when I was a fetus.
Oh my gosh. That's same with the No Kings protest. It's do these liberals know that we don't have an actual king?
You are stupid. You are stupid.
It's quick, what's 2 + 2?
It's draw a clock. They're in their 20s.
Draw a clock.
They're in their 20s. Draw a clock.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? Anybody that's listening to this that that thinks what I'm saying for the Republican Party is well, yeah, they're not responding to it. What is that? Please talk to me.
Yeah.
I need an outlet to explain why you are wrong.
I just I haven't had any, and I don't duck smoke, but I've never had any productive dialogue I've had some of the Republicans, but I've never had any productive dialogue with MAGA people because they don't rebuttal your claims. It's just it becomes whataboutisms. It becomes what about Biden? What about the trans? So it's whataboutisms and it's buzzwords, and they just regurgitate what they hear and
and not to mention,
and it's just you're not listening to me.
I've debated a lot of MAGA, a lot of Republicans,
me
and
too.
It's what awful. I find insane, especially with MAGA. They will their sources, and I've asked them. I was that's not true. And they're like, well, I have sources. And I go, okay, maybe I'm wrong. You know, like maybe I'm wrong and I haven't read the latest article or whatever. Like pull up the source. And it's just completely falsified data. And it's like, it's insane that they just believe whatever like Marjorie Taylor Greene says. Or what like whatever. And it's like, what they said it, so it's true. And it's like, Somalis are not making 90% up of our SNAP benefits. Like, I'm sorry, they're not. And it's like, well, yeah.
Is that an actual stat?
The actual stat that I'm making fun of is that 42% of the SNAP benefits are Afghan. Like, I'm not even joking. I've been showed this table.
No
and
way
it's like,
they believe that.
And I was like, dog, they don't even, like, they make up, like, less than, like, freaking 5% of United States. You think less than, like, 5%, even less than, I think that.
Oh, that just takes, like, a little bit of logic thinking of, like, country demographic.
But it's because these, like, Republicans, and, sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Because these MAGA people and these Republicans.
Republic can do anything they set their mind to.
Anything they want, I love them. But they're posting these on X and on freaking things. And it's like, that is not true. And like, it's crazy. They're like, well, there's a table. There's an infographic for it. So it's true. That's an actual source. And it's just like, you can't talk to them. Like, I'm just like, you know what? We're not going to see eye to eye. This is over because you can. It's like
most people that are.
It's like asking. I don't mind. That was gonna be super. Yeah. I'll say it in a nicer way. It's like asking a baby to do long division. It's like they're never gonna get it.
Most people that are on SNAP benefits are Republican.
And white.
And white, and they're from the South, and they don't have education. It's almost like if you don't educate yourself, you'll be on SNAP benefits.
No, you want to know a real mother effing fact? Is that 70%, and clock this, 70% of the people receiving SNAP benefits are working full-time jobs.
Yeah.
So it's not that they're lazy, it's not that anything, it's that we have to supplement these big corporations that don't pay a livable wage.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it is the responsibility of the government to care for its people. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like libertarians that hate big government and whatever, it is the responsibility of the government to care for its people. That's the whole reason why we have a government. Yeah. And it's...
Talk to our founding fathers about it.
Yeah, freaking fight George Washington about it. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't know. It's I don't know.
70% of the people that are on SNAP benefits have full-time jobs and they can still not afford food.
Well, a lot
it's
of
like
people,
at that point we have to look at bigger issues. We have to look at the corporations.
We're also cooked because a lot of people that are homeless have full-time jobs. So like in this country, working full-time can't let you live.
Can't guarantee you a house.
Can't guarantee you not let alone a house, a shelter.
And think about this. Those who don't own a house, which is the majority, probably everybody listening to this.
Yeah.
Think where you will be. Think where you could be if you didn't have family here and if you didn't have friends that could allow you to live with them. Yeah. Where would you be? You'd probably be at a homeless shelter.
Yeah.
Because it's like, really do think about it.
Or think about this. Because like
it's a privilege getting to live in a house that you don't pay for.
Some people here are graduated from college and they have careers and they live in an apartment and they're fine. They'd be fine. Yeah. But think about this. When you were going to college, right? If your parents weren't paying your rent, you would be a homeless college student. Or you would live with your parents
go to college.
And college would just be like a never thing. Like college would just be like, oh, that's like a dream I have.
That's also something that we have to recognize is how much privilege we do have. And especially in this country, we do have a lot of privilege. And to like think it's like, well, I have my own apartment because I graduated college and I have a good job. You were able to go to college because you had a good foundation. If you were homeless, you're like, I have to work a job I don't like so I can afford to live. There's no way you can take a break from your job to go to college because you wouldn't be able to live. And there are those amazing people that are able to pull themselves up from the bootstraps and like work, go to college and make a good name for themselves.
Shout out Ben.
Period. I don't know who that is.
He's from Jamaica.
Oh.
He's like his socioeconomic situation is like ours was. And he's paying his rent and going to college.
Yeah,
all on his own, because he's like on demon timing. Like he's just like an animal.
And that's so amazing, but you can't expect everybody to be as amazing as those like small percentage of people that can do both. And like let's add comorbidities onto that, you know? Like let's say you're mentally ill, let's say you're disabled, let's say you have a learning disability. Like you can't just expect to go to college and make 6 figures. Like you can't. And like I've been to college, I have a bachelor's degree, I don't make 6 figures, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like you have to be so fortunate that's like, yeah, you know what, I did go to college to do a like art career.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I freaking got my bachelor's in art. And it's like how lucky you are that somebody was able to house you, to maybe help feed you,
and fund
to supplement
your career,
you. Yeah, and help pay for your college, or maybe you got FAFSA or loans or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, but think about if you didn't have a family with that background that could do that. Think about like maybe you couldn't get loans, you couldn't get like this. You are screwed.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the only way I can get it into these people's heads, where it's like, it could be you.
That's
easily.
the only way. I've noticed debating with MAGA people, the only way you can semi-reach them is if you flip it on them. It's like, what if this happened to you? What
and they're like,
oh,
they like clutch their pearls. They're like, oh my gosh.
Oh. They're like, oh. There's like, and it's like, yeah, there are other people that also have consciousnesses just like you that can be affected like it. And it's can be affected by it. I don't know. Enough communist talk, I guess.
Oh, sorry, comrade.
Sorry. No,
we're white, by the way.
We're white. No, I yeah.
That's another thing that also kind of sucks. I'll make this shorty pie.
No, you can make it long. I don't care.
But like, we're expected to act a certain type of way because, and I don't want to sound like a libertard, whatever, but like because we're not white. Mm-hmm. Because the second I sound like a socialist or something, they're like, oh, of course the brown woman thinks that.
Well, like their listening skills shut off as soon as they hear buzzwords.
Yeah.
They're trained by their media, they're brainwashed by their propaganda to shut their brains off when they hear buzzwords. They hear the word, I'll tell you the buzzwords. They hear the word racial. They hear the word trans. They hear the word oppressed. They hear there's like, you know, these buzzwords that like the left uses because we know words. Like they are trained by this media propaganda to shut their brains off and stop applying,
and they're like, your opinion doesn't matter.
And stop applying active listening as soon as they hear this. I want you to do an experiment. For people listening, do an experiment. Debate with a Republican person and say a buzzword. Say the word trans. Say the word systemic racism. Like say
pro-choice.
Say the word pro-choice. Watch their brains. You can see it in their eyes. Just shut off. Like watch how they instantly stop applying active listening skills. And you could say anything. You could say like, there's a monkey up my ass and it's like stirring my intestines in half. And if you don't get it out,
and it's trans.
And the world will die. You could say that and they won't listen. They stopped listening as soon as you said the buzzword.
They focus in on their like, well, you know, trans isn't God made. And it's like, okay, that's just one word I said in my whole argument.
It's hard for me because like I'm not like super smart, but I know terms a little bit. It's hard for me to debate with them because I know as soon as I say these buzzwords, their brain shuts off. Their listening skills shut off. So like when I debate with them, when I talk to them, I have to use very tactful diction, verbiage, because I know that once I say the buzzword, the debate is over. They will stop listening because their brains...
they zero focus in on that.
Yeah, they can't fathom like anything else after you say that word because it's like almost a spell to shut their brain off. It's fascinating.
I could be talking about economics and say abortion, and then like they do not care what I said about economics. They're like, oh, so you kill babies.
Yeah.
Like that's
like, oh, do you want to rebuttal anything I talked about though?
Yeah.
Like
it's just insane the world we live in.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like that's why I try to it sucks that I have to dumb myself down to talk to them because they're like less intelligent, but it's also like it's unfortunate that shuts their brain off. It's a simple like monkey habitual like thing that like makes them just completely like you can see it. You can literally see it in their eyes. Yeah. You can see in their eyes. They just gone. Like, oh, I lost him. I lost him.
They're like,
yeah. like you turn the off button on their brain, and it's like, oh, it's over.
It's like, you know that meme where like that guy's sitting at the desk and he's like holding in like his breath and like his veins are popping out and his face is red. That's what they turn into when you say any of these buzzwords, because then they just want to wait till you're done so they could attack that buzzword.
Yeah. And as soon as you say as soon as you say the buzzword, you might as well just rip their ears off. You might as well literally make them deaf, because they will not listen to a single thing you say after that buzzword.
And
it's so frustrating.
This is what me and you were talking about, because and I love this about you, because you're that mindset where it's like, you know, I feel like I need to have an open and cordial discussion with everybody to like really think about why they think the way they do.
Yeah.
And I used to be that way, but the light has faded from my heart and like from my eyes and everything. And it's like, I used to be like, oh, let's hear everybody out. Like every opinion like is worth listening to, because then you know what they're thinking and like why they think that way. And it's like, I physically start itching when like I have to talk to somebody like that. It's like I have to finish this or I'm gonna catch a case.
Yeah, I just think a lot of respectful political dialogue is lost in this country thanks to Donald Trump. 100% thanks to him.
Yeah.
And if we play into their game of combating of violence, when I say violence, I mean words too, like, you know, not just always hitting, but like if we play into their game, I feel like they kind of won. So in a way, it's me being petty to their culture of like not letting them win in a way. And it's so hard. Trust me, it is so hard, because I'm like,
it is.
I'm thinking, this is a safe space where I can express this. I am thinking in my brain, if I'm ever debating with you and I'm being respectful, just know my brain, I'm thinking you are really dumb. Like in my brain, I'm like, this person is
in my heart of hearts.
Yeah. Like, this person is so stupid. And again, I say this not thinking I'm this brilliant guy.
And you
but
know,
like
those Republicans that are like, well, Democrats just think they're like morally superior and intellectually superior. It's like, I'm going to let you know a little secret. Yes, we do. But you have given us the reason to think that way. And it's like, I know Democrats are like, no, we just want to talk. Like, we just want to listen. And it's like, I'm sorry. I do think, I do think that. Like, and I hate that about myself.
But when you are communicating with them, it's like you have to talk like to their level, because
and you have to talk to them the way they think, which is me individual.
Exactly.
They're not able to think outside of them.
Exactly. That's really what their brain won't let them. They, like you said it perfectly, they can't think outside of themselves. But like I do want to have respectful dialogue and like.
Oh, I would love it.
And I usually do. Honestly, like a lot of my a lot hasn't been productive, but a lot of my like dialogue with Republicans has been productive, and it's been very, you know, enlightening. And we've met in middle ground quite a bit. I've found middle ground with a lot of Republicans.
That's so interesting, because I was about to say, like, the like conversations I've had that are cordial, like, and I don't want this to come off as like I will like throat punch you if you talk to me about politics. I'm always very cordial and like understanding. Yeah. I just sometimes will end the conversation because I'm getting nowhere with people. Yeah. But
I mean, same.
Yeah, but we do find middle ground. We're like, college, if you think about it, kind of is a scam, because it's so expensive and you're making $40,000 like when you have a degree. Like, not me though, stay safe. But like those, like,
I feel you. I might be on the same shit.
But like. Yeah, like we both agree on that. We both agree that the government sucks, you know, like we both agree like on certain things. Yeah. But when you dig deeper, like on ideas, it's so insane, because we should be united against a lot of these things, where it's like, like they are kind of ruining our way of life. They're ruining our American dream and everything. And we should be coming together. But instead, what we do is, like, what I've noticed, what I've debated, is we agree, but we blame different things. Yeah. So it's like, like we don't have a livable wage because of greed from billionaires and big corporations. That's my point of view. And then their point of view is like, no, we don't have a livable wage because libretards. And it's like, oh, okay, so we agree on the same thing, but we're blaming different things. And that's why it's hard to come together. Like, if we could just agree that the enemy is the enemy, regardless of the reason why you think so, it would be so much better. But they just blame liberals on everything. And it's like, no, let's actually think a little broader.
That's because what their God tells them, like what Trump tells them to do. What you just said is exactly why I'm preserving the idea of having respectful dialogue, because I really think Republicans and Democrats agree on most issues. They just think the fountain of the source of the problem is different.
100%.
So like, because I see the middle ground potential.
They think heavy taxes, for example. It's like, we should subsidize like a lot of things and and for example, not give ICE or like other countries like millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, Republicans and Democrats both agree on that.
No. They think their taxes is high because they have to pay for a single mother to get food.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's
the sources are different, but I think both parties agree that we shouldn't be giving amounts of money that could fix this country to other countries.
And let me be clear. Like, I would enjoy paying taxes if I knew it was making my community better.
Oh, I would. I mean, this is going to sound socialist communism to me, but I would pay 50% in taxes if I had free healthcare, free schooling,
housing assistance,
and like if I had a lot of government programs to help me exist, I would be fine.
Let's talk about the happiest countries on earth, which have a socialist government. Like, let's say Sweden. You have to pay, I think it's like 43 to 47% taxes. Hell a ton. But you get thousands of dollars whenever you have a baby. You get free childcare. You get maternity leave, paid paternity and maternity leave. You get free healthcare, free higher education.
Beautiful streets.
Beautiful streets. An amazing public transit system. And it's like, that 50, 60%.
Insanely good quality of food, which is very important.
Yeah, that 60% of money that you get to keep, that 50 to 60% is basically fun money. Like, most of your bills are taken care of. And the most important thing is that the people in need in that country are getting the help they need as well. And it's like, that's what's so important. And like, you don't hear them complain about like, oh, my taxes is too high. Like, no, they're like, you know what? I get a really good place to live in. I'm happy with the things the government provides for me. And if I have to pay that much taxes, and that's what I'm willing to do.
Me and Chade might move to Sweden one day if we're like 40 and not married.
I almost dated a guy. Oh, I did date a guy from Sweden. But
they're the happiest society in the world, and whoop-de-doop, they're socialists. So it's like interesting. But I do think that socialism in the United States
wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work because there's
People
way too much greed. Like,
well, then let's talk about this. I just got back from Japan, and seeing how they live is so insane because like they have a capitalistic society, right? But their government has so many aspects of socialism. Like, they have free education, they have a crazy public transit system, they have so much government assistance, so much
in a capitalistic society.
And it's like they run like a machine. And sure, Japan has its problems, but I think that's more cultural than it is government. Aren't they like
incredibly overworked?
Yeah, they're incredibly overworked. And they're like really suicidal. But that's because they don't talk about mental health.
I mean, hell, so
they're a closed society. Yeah, but like they have their problems. But like governmental, this is the fundamentals about it. At least their government is working to make life better for its citizens. As opposed to here, they're working almost, it seems like, to make life worse for its citizens. Like, every way possible. But, you know who is getting the long end of the stick? Is the billionaire class. And I hate to say, the billionaires are ruining our country. But, like, it really is like that.
Yeah. What you're describing is democratic socialism. And I think that's going to be a buzzword when like it starts gaining popularity because of...
You can't say socialism because then they go like...
Well, I know the socialism's already a buzzword, but democratic socialism isn't socialism. It's actually capitalism. It's just capitalism done in a more realistic way to sustain life.
Yeah.
It's like... I know it sounds crazy, but democratic socialism is capitalism. It is. It is. Trust me on this one, Republicans.
I just think there should be a cap to capitalism, because what happens if you don't put a cap? You get an oligarchy, you get feudalism, you get freaking a monopoly. Like, capitalism isn't all that's cracked out to be if you don't put it under control. Because then what happens?
What do you think the limit should be? I think the limit should be 999 million. I think that's what it should be. Because if you want to have 999 million dollars,
you're never gonna spend that money.
You can't.
You cannot spend that money. So it's like, and you know, there is the argument to be made that says every dollar above $1 billion you should give away.
To be taxed at 100%?
Yeah, it should be taxed at 100%. And it's not saying that, like, they want your hard-earned cash, because that's a whole other argument. You can't earn $1 billion.
You can't. It's impossible to earn $1 billion.
It will make billionaires say, oh, you know what, maybe I should make the wage a little higher so I don't hit that $1 billion. Or, like, maybe I should help out my... And, you know, that's a pipe dream, because these billionaires, once they get that greed into them, they'll find a way to get offshore accounts and whatever.
A lot of billionaires, like, their technical government net worth is, like, $10,000 because they, like, don't keep the money.
Yeah, and that's because we have so many loopholes that they're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you... Oh, I'm gonna freaking go all Bernie Sanders on my shit.
The billionaires. I love him.
I love him so much.
Let's talk about how handsome Gavin Newsom is.
Yeah,
he's like shockingly handsome. Like
his hairline's beautiful.
Yeah, say what you want about his policies. You can hate him, whatever. But
But you do want to be dicked down by him. And you can't lie.
Like I saw a Gavin Newsom thirst edit, and I was like, whoa. This man is shockingly handsome.
Freaking super bad. I've got a boner.
No, but it's interesting because I want to know more about Gavin Newsom. I'll be honest, I haven't done a whole lot of research on him because we're still so far away from the election. Well, but I will.
And something I will say about Gavin Newsom, he's been problematic in the past, whatever.
Yeah.
But he is a Democrat that knows how to play the Republican game. Yeah. And that's what's important. Like, we need Democrats that are, like, fiending almost the way Republicans are. Have you seen
his social medias?
Yeah, I love him.
It's really funny. He's, like, trolling Trump.
Yeah.
He's playing his game. He's stooping down to his level.
And he's, like, allowed to. Because, like, if somebody from, like, Wyoming did that, it's like, oh, we're just going to go over and destroy your state. Yeah. But, like, California has, like, it has a higher GDP than most countries. And it's, like, America, like, United States needs California. So it's, like, funny that he knows that. He knows the leverage he has. And that's why he can do this stuff. And I love that.
Here's my theory. As a person with no economics degree at all. But Gavin Newsom, right? He's done some things in California that have, like, hurt the state. Like, the homelessness is really high. He has done there's a lot of policies he's done that have hurt California. But the reason I think that happened is because California was already a bleeding state that he inherited. And I think if he applied those policies to the country, we're so far right that it would only regulate us. Like, it wouldn't, we wouldn't bleed out like California did. It would literally just regulate our economy, our social programs. It would literally just regulate us. So that's my theory.
That's also hard because, like, now just to talk about California politics, it's hard because it's not just about the policies you do. Like, for homelessness, for example, people literally travel to California to be homeless.
Yeah, that's
because
the thing.
Nice weather,
social programs.
The social programs, and it's like that's its own thing. And, like, garbage in California, you have 3 million people living in a tiny city. Yeah. Like, you're gonna have garbage, and it's like. Yeah. So that's, like, where Republicans always say, we're like, well, look at California. You don't want to live in California. And it's like everybody wants to live in California, and that's the problem.
I agree.
That's why it's hard to manage.
I agree.
Them.
It's like blaming the collapse of our economy not on COVID when COVID happened. Like, there are external reasons where an economy can crash or a system can crash that don't necessarily reflect on the government. There are pandemics. There are, like, extreme migrant movements. There are... like, different crashes that can not necessarily be reflective of their government. I think that is what happened to California, and I also think a lot of it was already bleeding when he inherited it. But I think he'd be good. I think I'd vote for him. I would. I gotta see who all the candidates are.
I want Bernie still.
mean,
I'm holding out hope. I know he won't.
He won't. I saw he was
I
on a podcast.
hope he lives to 200 years.
I saw he was on a podcast and they asked him if he's gonna run. He's like, it's not looking good.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to with my age.
Yeah.
But
and like that's so admirable of him. He's like, I'm too old. Like I'm too old to run this country. Like we need fresher ideas
learn
and everything.
Something.
And it's like
Republicans.
Like Biden should have stepped down halfway.
Oh yes.
And it's like I think it hurt our country a lot that he didn't step down.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to be selfless and be like, which
is what he did in the election, but it was already like he gave Kamala a half of a campaign because it was already like,
not even that. The campaign was already midway done, and he's like, you know what, I'm senile. He's like, I'm gonna. You know what? I can't draw a clock.
It's like I know I forgot 90% of my words. I'm gonna let somebody else take over. And I was like, all right, well, she inherited an already awful campaign for the Democratic Party, and it screwed her, which I didn't, we can get into it later, but I don't think she was going to win anyways, but a
black woman in this society?
Yeah, I mean, a black man won.
But a woman?
Yeah. Which my theory, which I already told mom and dad this, my theory to why this country is so divided wasn't necessarily in 2016 when Trump was elected. It was in 2008 when Obama was elected, because a lot of people saw, oh shoot, we might be the minority in this country. A black person's president, we got to preserve our whiteness. And then the result of that was them electing a very divisive president, because they were divisive. They're like, wow, we just had a black president. That's so scary. Like we gotta protect our culture. So they elected a white supremacist. And I think that's when it started, was 2008.
That also brought me to, I was thinking, I get my anger out. Back on debating these people, it's like when I said like, oh, find me, debate me, like I will be cordial. Like right now, I'm crashing out. Like the anger gets to me sometimes and I crash out.
Yeah,
but like
me too,
most of the time, I am very cordial.
Me too.
But there are certain things that I like. Please debate politics with me. If we're gonna talk about gerrymandering, if we're gonna talk about economics, if we're gonna talk about foreign affairs, like I will be more than happy to debate or just converse with you. But if you're going to talk to me about, like, human rights as, like, politics, you lost me. Like, I don't, like, because a lot of these people are like, oh, it's just, like, just because we disagree on politics doesn't mean we can be friends. It's like, no, I can be friends with people I disagree on politics all day. I cannot be friends with somebody that disagrees with me on who should get human rights and who shouldn't. Like, that is not politics. And that's, like, something that I wish.
That's moral.
Yeah, that's something, like, I wish, like, MAGA understood, is like, they're like, or not MAGA, I guess Republicans are the ones that, because MAGA's too far gone. They're like, well, we should be like friends just because we disagree on politics. It's like, no, dog, we disagree on whether a Mexican person should be beat to hell because they crossed a arbitrary border. Like, that is not politics.
An imaginary border.
Like, like, you are a bad person. Like, it's not politics.
You are everything Jesus was telling you not to be.
Yeah, and clock that.
Yeah,
and tell him I said that.
let's talk about the difference though. Like, a political difference of opinion is like economic policy, in some instances foreign policy, distribution of taxes. We can disagree on that all day. If you think all our taxes should go to the study of ponies,
education,
the study of
like
unicorns, I'll think you're weird, but I'll keep you around because we can disagree. Sure. When you say, hey, we should kill brown people, that's not a difference of opinion. You're just going to hell.
Or, Petey, like, you just debated a person that said, I would rather not have SNAP benefits because it means that if somebody takes advantage of it, I would rather just take it away altogether. See, I don't think that's politics. I think that's evil. And it's like, so you don't think children, because a lot of people on SNAP are children, should be able to eat because it costs you 25 more cents a paycheck? Let's
boil the problem down. Let's grab all the ocean water and boil it down to just the mineral, just the salt. So if you say that I'm not willing to pay a little bit extra taxes for these mooches, and I'm willing to not fund these hungry children, what you're saying essentially, we're boiling it down to the minerals, You're saying, I would rather keep 1% of my wealth.
It's like 25 cents.
And I would rather keep that little percentage of my wealth and keep hungry kids that can't have jobs hungry. Let them eat cake. Like,
it's what they're saying.
They're literally,
it's
you're boiling it down to that, and it's I'm struggling to see an other alternative. Well, and I think they wouldn't even admit, like, yeah, it is that.
And here's the thing: I was talking to a Republican not that long ago, and I was telling them, because they had the same argument where it's like, I don't want to pay for lazy people, whatever. Sure, that's an argument.
Yeah,
however,
there are mooches.
Yeah, that's inevitable. You're gonna have to take advantage of the system.
Every social system's gonna have mooches.
Yeah, but I told him, I was like, if you genuinely if you're angry about the taxes you pay, the majority of your taxes is going to violence. It's going to the military. It's going to ICE now, thanks to Trump's new bill. It's going to those. It's going to those so why are you mad at SNAP that takes cents, literal cents, off of like the taxes that you pay? When $80 or whatever, however much you make, is going to
bombing children.
Yeah, is going towards this. Like, that's what you should be.
Bombing children and beating up old Mexican ladies.
And that's why what tells me, it's like, oh, they don't care about taxes.
Yeah.
They care about like these things, like they just care about empathy. Like they don't have
I'll take it a step further. I don't even think they can rationalize and critical think enough to think they don't care about the taxes. I think they're just spewing the script of saying, I don't want my tax money to go to this, when they really have no idea.
Yeah, they're regurgitating it. And that's true. Because
I don't think most of them are smart enough to realize, like, oh, I'm unempathetic, I don't want it to go to this.
Yeah.
I don't think they're introspective enough to think that way, unfortunately. So I think a lot of it is just regurgitation, is 1930s propaganda, is, like you said, the Republican Party being genius in brainwashing society, period. And it's a product of that. That's all it is. Yeah,
and it's like, and you know what, these debates I do have with them, they never have a rebuttal. You know how how our debates end?
Yeah.
Is in silence. Yeah. He's like, okay. Like, I'll have to look into that and get back to you. It's like, yeah, please do.
The debates end in a couple ways for me. It's either them verbally attacking me, making fun of me or something, making fun of, like, my hair. Or, like, making fun of, like, I don't know, like, the way I dress. Like, just deflecting their... Yeah,
it's like, you're ugly.
Oh, your nose is weird. Yeah. It literally always ends like that. Or it ends in middle ground, which sometimes it does. Or the third option, which I would say is the most common one. They just do not want to get into, quote unquote, do not want to get into politics.
Yeah.
And they just duck the claims I've said altogether. That's like 80% of every conversation. Yeah. It all turns into like, well, I don't want to get into this right now. It's like, no, you made a claim. Yeah. I rebutted it. Rebuttal back. Or you are a brain dead
amoeba
monkey. Like, you do not think for yourself. Please rebuttal. I want you to argue with me. And you can call me my name. If it makes you feel better, call me fat, call me ugly, call me big nose. Like, do it. Like, whatever gets you to rebuttal me.
I promise you cannot hurt my feelings.
Like, please hurt my feelings. Please hurt my feelings and call me, personal attack me if it gets you to rebuttal any of my claims. I'd rather have that. So those are the three ways it ends. It either ends in them making fun of your appearance, or them just ducking it, or middle ground. Sometimes we find middle ground. It's happened. And those little instances where we do find middle ground motivate me to have respectful political dialogue, because I've had those moments. I've changed minds. And I'm not even gonna say I have, just like objective truth has changed minds into, buying into morality.
Man.
Can I talk? This is the last thing we'll talk about, and then we'll be done. I literally had like a mad boner for Dallin the other day. Dallin Smith.
Shout out.
He's Christian. He's like moderate. I want to say he's conservative, but like if you talk to him, you're like, okay, he seems like he's like a little. He doesn't give lib.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't give lib.
Yeah, he doesn't give lib. But we were talking to our other friend about immigration, and he like is so pro immigration, and he was like defending immigrants and like talking about like the system and talking about everything, and I was like, oh, I love this man.
Oh, I have a good point to bring up actually.
Yeah.
So we just had like our DEI week, cry about it at work. Yeah. And I'm not going to shout out my work, but my work is very DEI friendly. And they're a Fortune 500 company, so clock it. But
it's almost like libs know a little bit about economics, but
well, and so many things were brought up this week because we had our DEI week. And one of the guys I love him so much. He's making a crazy amount of money. Sorry. And he went up and told, our whole workforce, it was about like 200 people, and we were doing presentations and whatnot. And he said, he's like, our company is not devoted to DEI to be nice. And he's like, yes, it is a nice thing. He's like, but that's not the reason we do it. And rarely you will see companies that go out of their way to do this just to be nice. He says the reason why we have DEI is because it makes us more money. And he says it's good to invite people with different backgrounds, with different knowledge to become part of a company. Like it helps us branch out more. And that's like, and that I think helped a lot of Republicans, like because I have a lot of Republicans in my workforce who were like, this sucks, I hate this week. And it's like,
it illuminated
It's like, oh, they're not just doing it because they're libertards. Like it actually is a good business move. It's a good business model to have DEI. And like they're so clouded by hate that they're like, no, I want every company ran by white men and anything else is DEI. And it's like, you're never going to take off. You're going to have a bad business model that way. And it's like, you need people in power that think differently than you. And man, it was a very eye-opening experience.
Yeah.
I felt like I was going to say something else about it. Oh, yeah, that brings me to another thing. So during that week, one of my coworkers was like, who works under me, by the way. And he was like, I just hate working for a company that could fire me based off my religious or political beliefs. And I go, and I'm his manager. So I was like, well, I wouldn't fire you over anything. I was like, why? Like, what things? And I wanted him to come out and say something hateful because I told him straight up. I said, exactly what DEI policy do you not agree with? Like, I want to know which one irks you so bad. And he was like, well, and he didn't want to admit it because he knows what he was thinking was hateful.
It's wrong.
He knows it. And he's talking to his boss that is a Hispanic woman. And he knows what he was thinking was hateful. And I said, I wouldn't fire you over like your beliefs, especially your religious beliefs at all. And I said, what about DEI bugs you? And then he said, well, I can't really think of anything right now, but I just don't like that I could be fired. And I said, nobody would fire you over it. Like, that's something in your imagination. And I'm like, if you were to harass somebody, then yeah, that would be a fireable offense. But I asked him, I was like, yeah, what don't you like about it? What don't you like about inclusion? What don't you like about diversity? What don't you like about equity? And he was too scared to say it. I'm sure he had something. Yeah. But he knew how bad it made him sound.
He knew it was objectively evil.
Yeah.
What you are describing, that phenomena of like, oh, I had these evil thoughts and hateful thoughts, but I know they're wrong, so I can't express them. What you're describing to me is where the country was in 2008.
Yep.
And I think 2008 to 2016, where they were pre-2016. And I think when, for example, if you were like a white nationalist instead of a Latina woman, you would feel empowered to like
to kumbaya with him,
say the most awful things, like say probably slurs, like say the most hateful things ever. He would feel empowered to. What happened? That phenomenon you just described to a much smaller scale at work is happening in this country, where we have somebody that brought all these goblins out of the shadows, and like it's like, oh, now I can be racist, now I can be hateful. Where they knew the reason they were suppressed before was because they knew how evil and how hateful their intentions and ideologies were. Now that they have somebody that enables this way of thinking, they're all coming out of the shadows. It's
Yeah.
the same thing. It's the same thing. That's why we need somebody president that isn't a white nationalist.
Oh yeah, if his manager was a white man,
Yeah.
he
He'd be
would
like,
probably
oh, these damn Mexicans.
Yeah, he'd be like, oh, that's why I hate about this country, like
Yeah.
DEI companies, da da da.
Yeah.
But because it was me asking,
They have weird noses.
like me, he probably, I'm gonna be so for real.
Why do they smell like tortillas?
He's in his 60s. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be so for real. He probably thinks that I'm in his managerial position because of DEI.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He
For
thinks
sure
that.
he thinks so.
I think that.
Okay,
I'm
period.
just Yeah.
And like, sorry, I'm smarter, have better education, and I tested better than you. That's why I'm your manager.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's if he didn't, I'm sure he thinks that he would be so emboldened to say that to somebody that he didn't think was there because of DEI.
Yeah.
But it's like he was scared to say. He's like, well, I don't know. He's like, I don't like that. I could be fired for it. And it's like, you're making that up. First of all, like nobody would fire you over your religious beliefs. That actually goes against DEI.
It's like victim mentality.
Yeah, but I was like, go for it. Like if you want, he was like, well, I can't think of anything right now. I just don't like it. I'm like, okay, good for you.
That you just want to complain for a
Yeah,
bit.
you just
Let it
want to
out. Let
complain
it
and
out,
feel
queen.
like a victim. Like you love to be victimized. You want to feel like
Let it out, queen.
persecuted.
Let it out.
Yeah.
What else do you hate? You hate the way they smell? Like, just say it. You don't like their tone.
He has said so many awful things, but I don't want this to get out
And maybe ruin him.
Yeah.
You're not
No,
name-dropping
I
him.
do not care about ruining him. I care about ruining me as a manager. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, letting all these things out. But I'll say one thing that was crazy. But that will... Okay, let me try to be vague. We had the vice president of our company come out. Actually, the company of our client.
Mm-hmm.
So, very, very rich person. Like,
Yeah.
top 1%, top less than 1%.
Mm-hmm.
He is a Colombian man. He's from Colombia.
Period.
He rose through the company in Colombia.
If I say period again, smack the shit out of me.
They saw that he was doing so well in Colombia. They brought him to New York, where their headquarters are,
Yeah.
and they made him vice president. He came to visit our site, and he has a thick accent, a Colombian man. He gave a speech in Spanish to our workforce.
Oh, I know that would just enrage.
Yes, literally a person quit over it. Anyway, that's a whole thing. But anyway, and I spoke to him.
I can just picture a Colombian man going up and talking, and he's like, "What the hell is this shit?
I can't understand.
What the hell is this shit? I quit.
Yeah.
Why is he Muslim?" It's a Colombian guy.
I bet he cut off his dick too. Anyway.
He's trans.
And anyway, after he gave this speech in Spanish, our workforce did not understand because they do not speak Spanish.
Yeah.
First, and let me just say, this king came dripped out in Prada. Like he had a suit made from Armani. Like he was dripped the hell out.
Metrosexual.
And he gave this speech in Spanish. It was empowering to me as, the daughter
As
of
his son.
as his son. As his son. Because I'm trans. As like the daughter of immigrant parents, it was like, wow, that's amazing. Like I feel so good. I was so empowered that day.
Yeah.
And then I have to go back to my effing office where this biatch came, and he said, oh frick, I have to give the name of the product. Nobody.
Dude, just don't say it.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I won't say it.
Yeah.
But he was like, let's just say this. It's a basic hygiene item. Basic hygiene item that they produce, the company produces, our client.
Yeah.
And he sits next to me and tells me, he was like, do you think the reason that they made him vice president is because he introduced this to Colombia? And I looked at him and he was like laughing. And I was like, you don't think Colombians had this?
Yeah.
Like basic hygiene item?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I was just making a joke. Because like he probably rose up because he introduced his country to like this hygiene item.
Yeah. A lot of implications there, but
Yeah, and like I wish I could say the word for word what he said. But I just looked at him and I was like, oh, I laughed because I have to be cordial. And I was like, oh, is that why you think they made him vice president. And he's like, well, it's just so weird. Like, why do you think they made him vice president? And I'm like, well, probably because he was a good worker and made the company millions of dollars. And he goes, well, I was like, oh, let me just shut up. I wasn't trying to say any of that. And it's like, no, but you did, though. And, like, that's crazy you said that.
Out loud.
Yeah, like, and he
to
thought
a minority.
To a minority who was like, and I could just imagine if I was a white man what he would have said.
Oh, my gosh.
But he was like, oh, yeah, I was just so effing insane. Anyway, that's, like, a list of things that I have been told, like, working in this company. And I love my company. They're very DEI. But I unfortunately live in Utah, where a lot of the workforce is Republicans and MAGA.
It's I'm still giggling about the idea of a guy quitting because of it.
He said it was a shiz show. Well, because this is funny, because we ran into his wife the other day, and she was a worker at a gas station, and she asked where I worked, and I told her, and she's like, oh, my husband quit. He said that's a shiz show. And I was like, oh, why? He was like, they said they wanted, like, to implement DEI and safety.
They said they wanted to make everybody trans.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. Your husband would have rather quit. You're putting food on your family's table than to work for a company that believes in diversity and inclusion.
Yeah. No, the root of the problem is that he's brown. That's really what the root is. It's the other things are just justifying his idea.
It's the world we live in, and like
I'm just dying. Like the Colombian guy goes up and he's like, "Hola, hermanos." Oh hell no! I quit.
He like just rips his shirt like ah.
Hola, hermanos. Hoy voy a hablar de no.
He starts praying to Trump. Trump, please help us, Trump.
Save us, Trump. Oh my gosh, that's so funny to me, and that like literally is what happened. That's like not even an exaggeration.
No,
we're what's it called, animating it and saucing it, but like that's.
And if you think like, man, these people are so hateful, like ask us why. Like I have so many stories as to why I'm this hateful, as to things that have happened to me, to my immigrant parents. Like what was literally ask us why we're so angry.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. He quit because this vice president wanted to implement DEI.
And I have to preface, the company I work for pays above market value for its workers. Like, they pay a good amount.
I mean, above market value in the United States is like $7 an hour.
Yeah, but no, like, he quit a good paying job. His only source of income, because he worked like 50 hours a week.
Because of pride.
Because of Mexicans.
Because he's a damn immigrant.
Yeah. And, like, his wife works at a gas station. She became the sole provider because he could not take it.
He just cooked his entire family because he's racist. Like, his prejudices screwed his family.
And that's not a one-off story.
If I was his daughter, that would make me the most radical leftist in the world. I'd be like, my dad literally starved us.
I couldn't go to prom because my dad doesn't like brown people.
Doesn't like brown people. Oh my gosh, which to a larger scale is happening in the country. Like racism is costing all of us money.
Oh yeah.
Like we're kind of like
the most expensive thing in our country that's costing us is racism.
Yeah, like
clock it.
His daughters, like it's kind of what we are to a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Like we're like our representatives are racist and hateful, so they're like in a not trickle down, that's not the right word. The chain reaction.
Down racism.
Trickle down racism. The chain reaction of their racism is making us pay. It's taking money away from us.
Next time you have to pay $5 for an avocado to have your Cinco de Mayo party, thank racism. Thank racism for that. Thank racism,
yeah. That's literally what it is. That's it. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I'll get freaking... I had a valid crash out today. That was good enough. Valid crash out. I'm going to feed off of this for a while until I have my next one.
Who do you think is going to be the next Riz King?
Fuck! That'll get me way more fired up than politics.
I think it's going to be Mr. Beast.
Shut up!